Rate is our chapter. Now we will discuss about heart rate. It is the chapter of Simulingam. So what are the headings which we will discuss? Our heading is the heart rate, then normal heart rate, then tachycardia, bradycardia, regulation of a heart rate, vasomotor center, that is cardiac center, which included are vasoconstrictor area, vasodilator area and sensory area. Then motor area or the motor of efferent fibers to the heart. Then our topic is the parasympathetic nerve fiber. Those motor area included parasympathetic nerve fiber and the sympathetic nerve fiber. Then sensory nerve fiber from heart and the factors which are responsible for maintaining the vasomotor center means the regulation of a vagal tone. In this topic which we discuss impulse from the higher center, impulse from the respiratory center, impulse from the baroreceptor, impulse from the chemoreceptor, impulse from the right atrium, impulse from other afferent nerve and another reflex. Now we first discuss about what is heart rate. So by author says that heart rate in our body is normally 72 per minute. So which ranges about 60 to 80 per minute. So a 72 per minute is if we place our hand on the heart and we measure the beat, that is about 72. If we observe 1 minute, then our beat will be 72. So we call as normal heart rate, and it is normally present in between the 60 to 80 per minute. So if heart rate is increases, then what we call? It is called tachycardia. And what is the number? That is 100 per minute. So what are the physiological conditions when tachycardia will be occur? That is mainly in our childhood, means when a child is born, its heart is more. So do not fear about any heart disease, because we know the normal heartbeat is 72 per minute, but when we place our hand on a child, then it is about 100 per minute. So don't be confused, because in normal childhood there is the heart will be increases. Why? We will discuss after this topic. So we discuss in this video also. In the exercise also heart rate is increases. In the pregnancy heart rate is also increases. In the emotional conditions such as anxiety, their time also heart rate is increases. We discuss after in this video that why heart rate is increases due to the normal neurotransmitter. They have many roles about this type of tachycardia. So this is about the physiological condition. Now we will discuss about the pathological condition. Pathological means any gross or changes when occur, then how heart rate is increases. Mainly when there will be fever, anemia, hypoxia, hyperthyroidism, hypersecretion of a catecholamine. Why? Catecholamine is having a many important role on increasing heart rate by increasing systemic blood pressure. So it causes tachycardia. When there will be cardiomyopathy, means the heart muscle will be less functioning or dearranged, then there will be also tachycardia. And when there will be heart valve, means semilunar valve or bicuspid or tricuspid, when there will be any disease or any dysfunction will occur, then heart will not pump very well. So there will be heartbeat will be increases also. So now we discuss about the bradycardia, means there will be decrease in heart rate. So just as the tachycardia, in the bradycardia there are two way we discuss by physiological condition and by pathological condition. In physiological condition means the condition where physiologically it affects, means there will be no requirement of medicine. It will be gradually recovered by the time. So it is not a very much medicated condition, so we don't require any medicine. So during the physiological condition, when the heart rate is decreases, mainly in the sleep, and the athletes also having less heart rate. But here you see that the exercise persons having more heart rate, but athletes having less heart rate, because they are systemically, they are habitually make their heart rate less, so that there will be low energy consumption occurs through heart rate, so that they will perform better. For this they are having less heart rate. Then physiological conditions such as our hypothermia will occur heart rate more, because there will be fever. When there will be less temperature, there will be less BP. When there will be hypothyroidism, all type of hypo, less. When there will be heart attack, means the heart muscle becomes less active. In that time also less heart rate will be occur. Congenital heart disease means CHD. Our heart always does not well pumping. There is myocardial infarction, that type of a thing. Then degenerative process of aging, when there will be in the childhood there will be trachycardia, but at the old age there will be bradycardia. Obstructive jaundice means the jaundice which is due to the any obstruction in the bile duct pathway or any type of sphincter of OD, this type of pathway, when there will be any obstruction due to the formation of a stone, then there will be bradycardia occur. Then increased intracranial pressure means in our dural sinus, means in our brain there will be spaces are present to collect the venous blood, but when there will be pressure in that space occur, then there will be also bradycardia occur, and which leads to the brain stroke. Then which drugs induce bradycardia? Mainly the drugs beta blocker, channel blocker, anti-arrhythmic drug. Why we discuss about the drugs regarding the bradycardia? Because those physiological conditions which we discussed before, pathological condition which we discussed about the tachycardia, there will be much oftenly seen in the modern society. So due to this overcome the tachycardia pathological condition, there will be many drugs used, so that there will be heart rate will be decreases, and this heart rate will be decreases when occur, then the pathological condition or the disease will be recovered. So due to this there will be many drugs are available for the bradycardia, that is beta blocker, channel blocker. Then how these things how occur, how bradycardia, how tachycardia, how the things will be occur? Mainly the regulation of a heart rate we discuss now. Then the heart rate is mainly maintained always constant, but when there will be any variation occur during the normal physiological conditions such as exercise, emotional condition, why there will be variation occur? Because there will be many types of hormone are released which is responsible for the acting on different receptor of our brain, so that there will be heart rate also increases or decreases occur. So under physiological condition, altered heart rate will be back normal, because it is a physiological condition. Physiological condition is occur due to the certain circumstances. So when the condition is removed, then our body becomes normal heart rate. So these things how occur? By the regulation mechanism. There will be a perfectly regulatory mechanism present in our body. So what are they? Mainly the regulatory mechanism occur by the nervous mechanism. What is nervous mechanism? Means nervous mechanism is the mechanism which acts quickly and recover our body smoothly. So that nervous mechanism is consist of mainly three headings. What are they? First is our vasomotor center, and the second is our motor nerve fiber towards the heart. Third is our sensory nerve fiber. One is center, another is motor impulse coming to the center, and another is a sensory impulse. Means you can see here, if it is a heart, then there will be a center is present. This is the center. Then there will be a impulse coming, which is motor, and one is motor, means the impulse which is coming from the receptor and the acts on the heart, that is motor, and another is sensory, which consists of receiving the impulse. So in this way we discuss about the vasomotor center. Then now we will discuss about our regulation of a vasomotor center, how vasomotor center regulate the blood pressure. So vasomotor center is regulate the blood pressure by means of nervous center. So how these things is happen? So first thing is the vasomotor center is the nervous center that regulates the heart rate. It is present in the brain and which regulates the blood pressure. So how it is regulate the heart rate? By means of increase or decreasing the blood pressure. Now we discuss how it is increase or decrease. Mainly vasomotor center is present bilateral in the medulla oblongata. Means if we take this is the medulla oblongata, it is the bilaterally the vasomotor center are present. In the this part is the reticular formation of a medulla oblongata. Reticular fiber means reticular portion of the medulla oblongata, this part where the vasomotor center is lies. Now we discuss about the area of a vasomotor center. Means what are the area consists of vasomotor center? Mainly three areas. What are they? One is vasoconstrictor area, vasodilator area, and a sensory area. Means the area which is responsible for constriction of all those fibers are coming from heart and enter to the area of the brain where constriction occurs. Means when blood vessel is constricted, the impulse coming into the area which is known as a vasoconstrictor. Vasoconstrictor, its name itself says that vessel, blood vessel, when constricted, the area responsible for this constriction of a blood vessel. Whereas vasodilator means the area which is responsible for blood vessel dilation, and another is a sensory area. So where is the vasoconstrictor area is present? Mainly vasoconstrictor area is present at the anterior part of a vasomotor area. Means here it is written that it is present in the reticular formation of medulla oblongata on the floor of a fourth ventricle, and it forms the vasomotor center, and it is also known as a pressure area. Means vasoconstrictor area, it is why pressure area? Means when there will be constriction of the blood vessel occur, there will be pressure is rises, which is known as a pressure area. So it is pressure area, or when there will be constriction, there will be pressure increases. So cardiac muscle get accelerated to maintain the normal. So it is also known as a cardio-oscillatory area. Now the function of the vasoconstrictor area. So vasoconstrictor area mainly increases the heart rate by sending oscillatory impulse to the heart. Means it provide, it give the sensation of oscillation to the heart through the sympathetic nerve. So we discussed before that the sympathetic nerve here in the heart, there will be lying side to the spinal cord or medulla oblongata, there will be sympathetic chains are present. So sympathetic chains, they contain the sympathetic fibers or sympathetic nerves, and these nerves when they supply to the heart, and what it causes, also it is supplied to the blood vessel. So what it causes? It causes constriction of the blood. Here you can see it causes constriction of the blood. So some animals, they have less removal or distortion of the arterial occur due to the staining of the blood vessel. Now the what are the we discussed about vasomotor center. So what is the vasoconstrictor center? What is the area which controls the vasoconstrictor area? That is our hypothalamus and the cerebral cortex, because it contains the sympathetic nerves. So mainly the area which controls this center is our hypothalamus and the cerebral cortex. Then our vasodilator area or cardio-inhibitory area. Vasodilator area or cardio-inhibitory area means those information about inhibition of a cardiac muscle occurs from this center. So this is also known as cardio-inhibitory center, or it inhibited the function of a cardiac muscle or cardiac impulses, or so that there will be vessel will be dilated. That is the meaning of this area. So vasodilator area, it is mainly present on the reticular formation of a medulla oblongata. Because why it is present in the reticular formation? Before we know that, we discuss about the nervous mechanism of here. From this we discuss about the regulation of heart rate, and we discuss about the vasomotor center. So vasomotor center is mainly present on the reticular formation of a medulla oblongata. So that's why the vasoconstrictor area is also it is the part of the vasomotor area. The vasomotor area part is the vasoconstrictor area. So it is present in the reticular formation, as well as the vasodilator area is also the part of the vasomotor area. So its situation is also same as the vasomotor center or vaso-inhibitory area. So it is present mainly medially present, whereas the vasoconstrictor is present laterally. Here the point you should be discussed that it is the lateral part. Laterally it is present, whereas the vaso-inhibitor area is present, or vasodilator area it is present medially. That's the difference in between vasoconstrictor and the vasodilator. Then the function of the vasodilator area. So vasodilator, its name itself says that it is send the impulse of inhibitory impulses sent by this area to the heart by vagus nerve, so that heart rate will be decreases because it is a vasodilator area. So that dilation of a blood vessel occurs, so that there will be heart rate will be increases or decreases. Heart will be decreases because it is the inhibitory area. But when there will be area, how this area is named as vasodilator area, there is evidence is given by the scientist or by the author that when there will be in the animals, it is seen that when there will be weak electric impulse given, there will be decrease in heart rate, and when there will be strong stimulus given, there will be stop of the heart rate. So, and when there will be this area is removed, there will be heart rate always increases. So that in this way the area is known as vasodilator area is invented. Then what are the mainly area which is responsible for the this vasodilator area? So mainly two areas, that is our cerebral cortex and the hypothalamus. These we same as the vasoconstrictor area. The control is same as the vasodilator area. And it is how it is controlled? It is controlled by the impulse when there will be any baroreceptor or chemoreceptor or any sensory via afferent nerves. They come into this area. They rely on this area so that the dilatation of their impulse are controlled by this area. So in this way we completed the vasodilator area. That is the sensory area. So sensory area, mainly what are the function of the sensory area? Mainly it is present, it's two things we read about the sensory area. One is its situation, another is its function. So situation, because it is the part of the vasomotor area, so it is the part of the vasocenter area, so the situation is the same as the vasomotor center area, that is the reticular formation of the medulla oblongata. But here one thing is important, that is it present in the nucleus of a tractor solitary, but at the posterior part of the vasomotor center. So it is present in the posterior part. We know in the thing that one, if we call it a vasomotor center, one is present laterally, one is present medially, one is posteriorly. So which is lateral present? Lateral is present vasoconstrictor area, vasoinhibitory area is present medially, and the posteriorly sensory area. So function of the sensory area. So function of the sensory area is nothing but it receive. Sensory means it receive the impulses from the heart by two nerves, that is the glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve from the heart, at which place baroreceptor, which we discussed after video, that is present in the carotid baroreceptor, aortic baroreceptor, carotid baroreceptor present in the bifurcation of a carotid body, carotid artery, whereas aortic is present in the aortic arch. So in this way it receives the sensory information from this part of the heart, and it is so that when it receives the impulse, it is impulse through rely on the medulla oblongata area. Then the according to the impulse which is received by the area, then it control vasoconstrictor area or vasodilator area as the impulse given by the sensory area. The center of the motor fiber or motor nerve fiber, that is the heart. In the heart, how the motor nerve fiber are responsible for the maintenance or regulation of a heart. So we discuss all those things by the diagram which is given in the figure of the simulacrum. So according to the author, he says that the heart receives the efferent fibers, nerves. It receives the efferent nerves from the both division of the autonomic nervous system. So in the heart, two divisions, upper is atrium, lower is ventricle. Both the division receive the nerve fiber from the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is our spinal cord and the brain. So this, from the spinal cord, the nerves are entered into the both division of the heart. So one is our parasympathetic, another is our sympathetic. So parasympathetic is mainly our vagus, whereas the sympathetic is our what? These are the nerves which arise from the T1 to T4. So spinal cord, from the spinal cord we receive the sympathetic part, whereas from the medulla, which is the part of the brain, which receive from this we received our parasympathetic part. So what is parasympathetic nerve fiber? We discussed that parasympathetic nerve fiber is mainly the nerve fiber reach to the heart through the vagus nerve. So its nature is cardio-inhibitory, means it inhibited the function of a cardiac muscle. So where it is from origin? It is mainly originated from the dorsal nucleus of the vagus. So what is the main area? It is the medulla oblongata, the floor of the fourth ventricle, at the particular dorsal nucleus of vagus present in the medulla oblongata, which nearly contact to the vasodilator area, which we discussed before, that the area present medially to the vasomotor center. So what are the distribution? How it is distributed to the heart? So mainly it is distributed as a preganglionic parasympathetic nerve, which fiber from the dorsal nucleus of vagus enter to the main trunk of the vagus, then branch as a cardiac branches of the vagus. So after reaching the heart, the preganglionic fibers are terminate and continue as a postganglionic. So here you can see from the vagus to up to the heart one part which is preganglionic, because after formation of a ganglion we call as a postganglion. Okay. Before ganglion, it is known as a preganglion. So postganglion nerve fiber is entered to the neuron of the heart muscle. So heart muscle containing cell having nerve fibers having neurons. So in this way, in the postganglion fiber enters deep to the heart muscle. So most of the fiber which enter to the right vagus terminate at the sinoatrial. So you can see from the figure that the written by the author that the right vagus responsible for the sinoatrial node regulation, whereas the left vagus is responsible for what? It is responsible for the AV node by the preganglionic fiber. Here the preganglionic fiber end into the AV node. So here the author said that most fibers of the left vagus supply AV node and some enter to the sinoatrial node, means SA node. So ventricle do not receive any vagus supply. So few fibers are located at the base of the ventricle, but function is not known. There will be no specific function on the ventricle. So vagus does not have any role on the ventricle because its supply is less. And what is the function? We know the vagus having cardio-inhibitory function. Due to this parasympathetic fiber is also known as a inhibitory fiber, and it carries the inhibitory impulse of the vasodilator area of the heart. Means when there will be any type of a hemorrhage occur, what happens? The blood will be lost much, so that what happens? To minimize blood loss, there will be the center which is activated, that is vasodilator center. So from the vasodilator center, it is also known as a cardio-inhibitory center. So how it is cardio-inhibitory action occur? By the main nerve, that is vagus nerve. So in this way, the function of the motor nerve fiber of the parasympathetic fiber which we discussed. Then the vagal tone. What does means vagal tone? Means the tone which is responsible for by the vasodilator area to the heart by the vagus. All those things combined to call as a vagal tone. So vagal tone is the rate of the heart is maintained by this tonicity of the vagus. So we call as a vagal tone. So the impulse which is reached to the heart exert the inhibitory impulse. So heart rate is inversely proportional to the vagal tone, because heart rate is a positive way of increasing of the heart, but the vagal is the inhibitory function. So heart rate is inversely proportional to vagal tone. So by removing the vagal input, we can see that how the increase in heart rate will occur. By this, we see that we prove that the vagal tone exists when there will be heart rate will be decreased its heart rate. So that the vagal tone is the most important dominant role in the sympathetic activation or parasympathetic activation. So in this way, we discussed that vagal tone is also known as a cardio-inhibitory tone or parasympathetic tone. So when there will be vagal tone dominant, there will be parasympathetic portion activated, there will be heart rate will be decreases. Mainly we see on the hemorrhage cases. So in this way, we discuss about the vagal tone, then the effect of a stimulation of a vagus nerve. So how stimulated occurs by the vagus nerve? We know right vagus nerve is responsible for the sinoatrial node activation. So when there will be right vagus is stimulated, we see in the animals such as dog, when we give a weak stimulus, there will be reduction of the heart rate will be occur due to the force of a contraction. But when there will be a strong stimulus, there will be stoppage of heart occur due to the inhibition of a SA node. So if the stimulation is continued for longer, then what happens? Ventricle start beating, but rate of contraction is slower as before. So this causes vagal escape. So vagal escape is nothing but it is the escape of the ventricle by the inhibitory effect of a vagal stimulation. If the stimulation of the vagus nerve is stopped, then heart rate begins beating normally. So why ventricle will be beating? So before we discuss that from this figure that the ventricle portion is less supplied by the vagus nerve. So due to the less supply of the vagus nerve, so there will be nothing will be impact by the vagal tonicity. So that's why the ventricle becomes escape by this vagus tonicity. So we call it as a vagal escape, mainly due to the right ventricle or ventricle escaping from this. So what is the cause of a vagal escape? When there will be right vagus is stopped, there will be heartbeat which decreases by the SA node inhibition, but the ventricle is not supplied by the vagus, so the ventricle will not be inhibited by the vagus stimulation. Because of this, the heartbeat also continued by some time. But when the ventricle musculature of pacemaker decreases, there will be vagal escape will be occur. Means when the pacemaker is start beating, producing impulses, and it causes the vagal escape. Thus vagal escape includes only ventricular contraction. However, rhythmicity of ventricle is muscle is less. So vagal escape, why it is we discuss mainly because we know when there will be strong stimulus there will be stoppage of heart. But when there will be weak stimulation, why not stoppage of heart will occur? Because the ventricle is not supply the vagus, so that there will be not stoppage of the heartbeat. So due to this we read about the vagal escape. So in this way we discuss about the right vagus. Then when there will be left vagus will be there will be another thing which is escape, that effect of the left vagus. When will be left vagus block or there will be it is supply mainly AV node. It is seen that when there will be left vagus of the dog weak, what happened? Weak stimulation which causes less reduction of the ventricular contraction. So when ventricular contraction is less, there will be left vagus causes inhibition about AV node. So AV node inhibited when occur, there will be also SA node are not conductor, so that the partial heart block will be occur, and the contraction or the ratio of arterial contraction into ventricular contraction that is seen 2:1, 3:1, 4:1 in this way. Means the when arterial is contracted 2 times, when there will be ventricular contraction will occur 1, because there will be no stimulation was not given by the SA node, so there will be no contraction. So when there will be left vagus having strong stimulus, then complete heart block will occur. This is because the AV node inhibition. So what is the mode of action of vagus? It is mainly action inhibited by the cardiac muscle, because it is secret the inhibitory neurotransmitter such as acetylcholine. So we will going to discuss about sympathetic nerve fiber. So sympathetic nerve fiber, here we discuss all those things by our this diagram. From this diagram this diagram shows all those things regarding the sympathetic nerve fibers. So we discuss about the vagal tone. So how the vagal tone, where it is origin and how its function, all those things we discuss. So in the sympathetic portion we discuss about that. It is mainly sympathetic nerve fiber. What authors say that sympathetic nerve fiber supplying the heart by cardio-oscillatory function. So its function is cardiac oscillatory. So how it is works? So from this figure you can see that its cardiac oscillatory means this part is the our spinal cord segment. So and this is the sympathetic chain. this is our sympathetic chain. So from this sympathetic chain to segment, there is nerve fiber arise, and this nerve fiber is known as preganglionic nerve fiber. So this is our preganglionic nerve fiber, which I indicate preganglionic. Whereas after the sympathetic chain, when it is released, then the nerve fibers which are arise is known as postganglionic nerve fiber. So according to their ganglionic origin or insertion, they are known as preganglionic or postganglionic. So we discuss about the origin of the sympathetic nerve fiber. So here the author what it is say that preganglionic nerve fibers of the sympathetic are arise from the lateral 3.5 of T4 to T1 to T4 spinal segment. This segment receive the nerve fiber from the vasomotor and vasoconstrictor area. So how? So from this figure you can see the spinal cord. This spinal segment contain the nerve fiber which arises from the upper part of this is the spinal cord. It continues upward by the medulla oblongata, and from the medulla oblongata to this part there is nerve fiber are coming, and this nerve fiber is from the vasoconstrictor and the vasomedial center. So in this way we discuss all about the origin of the sympathetic nerve fiber. Then how is constriction means how course and distribution. We first discuss from the diagram, then we go towards the theory. So from the diagram you can see that these two things which I show you, this is the superior, this is middle, and this is inferior cervical ganglion. Let's see, this is the cervical ganglion. Before the cervical ganglion, there will be the nerve which are coming to the cervical ganglion. These are the preganglionic nerve fiber. So from this diagram you can see from the superior cervical ganglion there is the nerve fiber supplied to the upper part of the heart and some lower part, whereas the middle is supplied to the lower part of the ventricle, and inferior almost supply much distributed to the lower part of the ventricle. So most of the fiber are from the superior and inferior, middle having less. But here two things you important, that is upper and the middle are give the oscillatory response, whereas lower is give inhibitory, some kind of inhibitory impulse. So with this we discuss from the author says that the preganglionic nerve fiber which arises from the superior enter into the superior, middle, and inferior cervical ganglion situated at the sympathetic chain. The inferior sympathetic ganglion fuse with the first thoracic and it forms a stellate ganglion. This is not important, but after that, here this that's a postganglion link. After this ganglionic fibers are arise, and these postganglion fibers forms three nerves. What are the nerves? One is a superior cervical sympathetic nerve, middle, and the lower or inferior. Superior, which innervate at the large artery. Superior cervical give the relation at the large artery. Means if we say from the figure you can see from this superior part is related to the, if this is the arch of aorta, this part the common carotid artery, then subclavian artery. So this superior part is related on the large artery. This is the large artery of the heart. Then inferior is related on the middle, is related on the rest of the heart, whereas inferior is related on the sensory part. Means it receives the sensory part. Sorry, it is inferior cervical sympathetic receive the sensory nerve from the heart. Then the function, sympathetic nerves are cardio-oscillatory impulse from the heart. So it is and it carry the cardio-oscillatory impulse from the constrictor, vasoconstrictor area to the heart. Means it is and what is the sympathetic tone? So sympathetic tone, or it is called cardio-oscillatory tone. So what does it mean? Means when there will be continuous impulse are produced by the heart, there will be continuous impulse produced by the vasoconstrictor area. The impulse entered to the sympathetic nerves, then it causes the heart rate increases. But under normal condition, it is important that there will be no there will be sympathetic action is not occur. Why? Because vagal tone is Yes, vagal tone is what? It is dominant. Why? We discussed before that vagal tone is always active in normal or rest stage, but sympathetic nerve is active at the any type of emergency condition. So here all those things are written. So rate of contraction is completely also it is seen that under the resting condition the vagal tone is dominant over the sympathetic tone. So how sympathetic tone is stimulated? It is stimulated. We see the when vasoconstrictor area give stimulus into the so much stimulated, then the sympathetic nerve is stimulus and then the heart becomes accelerated. So stimulation of the sympathetic nerve increases the heart and increases the contraction of the heart rate. So effect it depends upon the strength of the stimulus. So how the mode of sympathetic is mainly due to the cardiac noradrenaline hormone or neurotransmitter substance which is neuron, whereas vagal it is acetylcholine. So in this way we will discuss about the sympathetic tone and regarding all those things regarding the sympathetic nerve fiber, what are the origin, what is the course and the distribution, what is its function, how it is activated, and what is the effect, why it is activated, what are the main causes regarding the activation of the sympathetic nerve fibers. What does it mean? It means that the sensory apparent here, the sensory apparent nerve fiber which we discussed before, that it is the nerve fiber regarding the inferior cervical sympathetic nerve. So in the upper part here, the postganglionic fiber of the sympathetic nerve fiber, we see that the upper two cervical ganglion, this upper two cervical ganglion regarding the impulse which are the it gives the impulse by motor, whereas the lower part is the sensory fiber, so it forms the lower sympathetic cervical ganglion. This part is responsible for the giving impulse, so it is a sensory nerve fiber. Then we discuss what are the factors responsible for the vasomotor center regulation, which is mainly vagal tone, because vagal tone is always work on the responsible for the heart rate. So what is vasomotor center? So vasomotor center we discussed, but the factors, mainly the main factor for which give the impulse to the vasodilator area. Vasodilator area is responsible for the vagal tone. So it alter the vagal tone and modulate the activity of the heart activities. So in this way, the main source responsible for the vagal tone regulation, that is from the cerebral cortex. All those things we discuss that on the basis of increasing heart rate or decreasing heart rate. First we discuss from the figure which shown last page of the cardiovascular system. You can see here that some fibers are responsible for increasing the vagal tone, which is responsible for the decreasing heart rate, whereas some fibers responsible for, or some sources are responsible for increasing the heart rate by decreasing the vagal tone, because vagal tone is inversely proportional to heart rate. Its function is inversely, so when vagal tone decreases, heart rate increases. So what are the sources responsible for the vagal tone increases? Mainly the respiratory center. In the respiratory center, when we inspire, that time what happened? Our body becomes energetic. It is active process, so there will be energy required. So there will be heart rate also. Cardiac output also increases, which leads to heart rate increases. So in this time there will be decrease in vagal tone occur. But during the expiration, means when we relax, when we breathe out, then what happens? Our body becomes passive. This process is a passive process, means it does not require any energy. So there will be cardiac output is less, so heart rate is also less. So due to this process, there will be increase in vagal tone during the expiratory process, so which leads to heart rate decreases. Now the area number 13, which responsible for the decrease in vagal tone, so we have heart rate increases. Then posterior lateral nucleus of a hypothalamus. So posterior lateral nucleus is mainly responsible for the our heart rate. Mainly it is responsible for the heart rate balance by decreasing the vagal tone. Then chemoreceptor we discuss after this thing. These are the heading, but how the mechanism occur we discuss in the later period of this video. So but in the preoptic of the anterior preoptic nucleus, it is also responsible for the heart rate decrease in heart rate. Then the stretch receptor also of the right atrium also stretch the right atrium, which leads to heart rate increase by decreasing the vagal tone. But baroreceptor is responsible for the increase in heart rate. So mainly we know the baroreceptor. These are the carotid sinus, aortic sinus, how the baroreceptor are mainly. So first thing we discussed that from the cerebral cortex, that is area number 13, it is responsible for the emotional reaction, our body emotional behavior, such as our anxiety or any type of angry or any type of a sensation or emotional condition. There will be the inhibition occur to the area, vasodilator area, so that vagal tone is reduced, so that heart rate is increased. So hypothalamus we discussed. In the hypothalamus also influence heart rate, because the posterior lateral part of the hypothalamus, it causes stimulation, so that tachycardia occur. Tachycardia means decrease in heart rate occur. But the stimulation of a preoptic nucleus, there will be heart rate decrease, because there will be bradycardia occur. So we discuss in this video, in this topic, that preoptic decrease the heart rate, whereas posterior lateral hypothalamus increase the heart rate. So how the respiratory center responsible for the factor means in the post breathing, means during the inspiration there will be what happened, heart rate will be increases, but during expiration heart rate will decreases. Why? Because of the respiratory sinus arrhythmia. So but these things are variation occur at the time of any disease condition known as respiratory sinus arrhythmia. Respiratory sinus arrhythmia is due to the alternation of a vagal tone. Means vagal tone any defect when occur, there will be sinus arrhythmia occur. So what happens, this when this impulse enter to the respiratory center, then the respiratory center causes this impulse to the vasodilator area, so vagal tone decreases, whereas heart rate increases. So during expiration, the vasodilator center or respiratory center stop sending impulse, so the vasodilator area does not activated, so that vagal tone is activated, means it is increases, so that heart rate will be decreased. So in this way, respiratory center we discuss heart rate is increased during the inspiration, but heart rate is decreased during the expiration. But a condition where variation occur, that is respiratory sinus arrhythmia. Then impulse from the baroreceptor, which is main topic regarding, because if we discuss this, does not discuss this thing, then the whole heart rate topic is incomplete. So baroreceptor name itself says that it is responsible for the receptor responsible for the pressure. Then it is called as a pressure receptor. So baroreceptor have mainly contain two nerves, that is main two nerves, that is glossopharyngeal nerve or ninth nerve, another is vagus nerve or 10th nerve. So where baroreceptor is mainly situated, it is situated at the carotid bifurcation and the aortic arch. So what are the nerves supplied to the carotid? That is ninth nerve, whereas the aortic contains 10th nerve. So the Nerve fiber from the baroreceptor enters into the nucleus of a tractor solitarius, which we discussed before. The tractor solitarius, if we say that this is the medulla oblongata, there will be a nucleus is present. From this ninth and the 10th nerve are going and enter to this area. So what it causes? Mainly it causes the baroreceptor regulates the heart rate. How? By giving the stimulation. So one is a cardio-inhibitory reflex, another is a cardio-excitatory reflex. So cardio-inhibitory reflex is when there will be blood pressure is increased, then the aortic and the carotid arch of the baroreceptor stimulated. When there will be stimulation occur, what they causes? They causes impulse to the nucleus, that is our tractor solitarius present in the medulla oblongata. So what it causes? So it causes the stimulation of a vasodilator area. So when vasodilator area stimulated, means the tractor solitarius, there will be vasodilator area also present, and vasoconstrictor area is present, because tractor solitarius contain also vasomotor area. So when there will be stimulation of a vasodilator area occur, then there will be vagal tone increase. So it is responsible for the increase in vagus. So when there will be vagus nerve or vagal tone increases, we know vagus impulse is responsible proportional to heart rate. So vagus nerve is activated when occur, there will be heart rate is decreases, which leads to bradycardia. So this reflex is known as aortic reflex or carotid sinus reflex or Meri reflex. So now we discuss about the increase in heart rate, what happens. So in a closure, it is written that when there will be increase in blood pressure, there will be stimulation of a baroreceptor. Then the impulse is going through this nerve, that is 9 and 10 nerve, enter into the nucleus of tractor solitarius, which is present in the medulla oblongata, which causes the stimulation, means positive effect on the vagal tone, so that a negative effect on the heart. So heart rate will be decreased. But when there will be less, means there will be heart rate is less. So what happens? Will be pressure will be less. So what happens? So baroreceptor which is present is not stimulated. So there will be no stimulation in the baroreceptor. So no stimulation in the any cranial nerves. So that there will be no activation of a vagal tone. So that what happens? The blood pressure is increases because vagus is not activated. So in this way we discuss all about the heart rate reflex or cardio-inhibitory reflex. Now the thing which we discussed, that the impulse from the chemoreceptor. Chemoreceptor means when there will be any chemical changes occur in the blood, how the reflex is occur across the heart. So chemoreceptor is mainly present in the our carotid or mainly situation is occurs in just adjacent to the baroreceptor. So how it function? So it is mainly contain the chemoreceptor. There is a cell which is known as a glomose type of a cell. These are responsible when there will be hypoxia occur. They are activated. So this receptor supplied by a hearing nerve, which is a branch of a glossopharyngeal nerve, and the aortic part of the chemoreceptor is supplied by a aortic nerve, so which is a branch of a vagus nerve. Just as we can say that if we do not like or do not remember the nerve, just we say it is the branch, mainly vagus and the glossopharyngeal nerve are supplied to the chemoreceptor of the aortic and carotid respectively. So what is the function? When there will be hypoxia, there will hypercampia, means the increase in breathing rate, there will be hydrogen ions is increases. So hydrogen ion when increases, there will be acidic condition will occur. So which can causes blood chemical changes variation. So that the chemoreceptor is now stimulated. When it is stimulated, it causes the vagal tone decreases, so heart rate is increases. So we can see from this side, it is also known as a sino-aortic mechanism, means or it is called as a buffer nerves. Which nerves is known as a buffer nerves? The 10th and the 9th nerve is known as a buffer nerve. Why it is called buffer nerve? Because it is heart rate by changing in blood volume. So it is also known as a buffer nerve, because these nerves are regulate the heart rate, blood pressure and the blood volume by respiration. So it is called a buffer nerve. So now and its mechanism known as a sino-aortic mechanism, for the which is responsible for the baroreceptor and the chemoreceptor. Through this they can regulate the heart rate, and this nerve, mainly the heart 10th and 9th nerve, is known as a buffer nerve. Then the impulse from the right atrium, which is known as a Bainbridge reflex, means when there will be oscillatory reflex, means when there will be cardiac heart is increases, then what happens? The venous return is also increases. We know if it is a heart, then there will be the from the arch there arch about, and this part is a venous part. So when there will be any heart rate is increases, then this part venous return also increases. So venous return when increases, there will be right atrium is get stimulated. So that right atrial reflex is a come to regulate the heart. So how? When there will be, so that when there will be a stretch receptor is present in the right atrium, when there will be more and more blood volume enter into the right atrium, the stretch receptor causes increase stimulated and give the inhibitory impulse to the inferior cervical sympathetic nerve, which we discussed before. This nerve is a sensory nerve which gives to the impulse to the vasodilator area of the vasomotor center. So that what happens? The vagal tone is decreases. So that tachycardia will be occur. So decrease in vagal tone, which is responsible for increase in heart rate. So in this way, the right atrium have play an important role to increase in cardiac heart rate. So it is also known as a cardio-oscillator reflex. The impulse such as when there will be nasal mucus stimulation occur, there will be bradycardia occur, because nasal mucus contain a nerve which is the branch of a which responsible for 10th nerve, which is responsible for decrease in heart rate. And we know the 10th nerve is mainly responsible for increase in a vasodilator area. So vagal tone increases, so that heart rate will be decreases. But most painful stimuli when cause tachycardia, so some cause bradycardia. Then mental gyroscopic reflex, which is given by a scientist, he said that when there will be stimulation occur in the chemoreceptor, which present in the wall of the left ventricle by the alkaloids, there will be it is also known as a coronary chemoreflex, means when there it is called it is mainly the bradycardia or stimulation of a chemoreceptor at the wall of the ventricle. Then condition when there will be this reflex occur, mainly myocardial infarction, administration to thrombosis, hemorrhage, aortic stenosis, skin up, these are the things. With this we complete the heart rate.